Okay guys, so football season is back. A new English Premier League campaign is underway and the Castrol EPL Roadshow is hitting the road once again beginning 13th of August, covering various locations in Johor, Klang Valley as well as Penang. Now, if any of you guys have recently purchased Castrol lubricants from participating outlets, you can go to these roadshows, take part in a penalty contest, and you stand a chance to win Castrol merchandises that I'm listing here in the screen now. And also remember, during this period, if you purchase Castrol lubricants, you stand a chance to win an all expenses paid trip for two to the UK to watch an English Premier League game live at the stadium. Not in front of a TV, not at a bar, but in the stadium itself. So your next oil change could very well win you the experience of a lifetime. Good luck, and if you win, remember to jio me, okay? Hi guys, so today I am reviewing the all-new Honda Civic FE, and my god, this is such an improved product over the Civic FC in ways that I'm not even sure where to start. Now, right now I'm driving at Subang Jaya and I'm just traversing over, you know, the paved brick roads alternating with tarmac, and the absorption, the bump absorption of this suspension is just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So now I am taking the ramp, all right, that heads down from that large sweeping bend, and you know, going down to Federal Highway. And this chassis, it gives me so much confidence to chuck it around. All right, okay, granted, it is sitting on PS4 tires, but you know, the communicativeness of this chassis too is, it feels more confidence inspiring than the preceding Civic FC. So I remember when this car was first made its debut, we were very underwhelmed by its styling, all right, when you compare it with what the Civic FC that came before. But in every measurable way, and I'm going to show you guys this in the walk around, this new car it's leaps and bounds ahead of its predecessor, leaps and bounds. Even though you may still have the same 1.5 VTEC turbo engine paired with the CVT, of course Honda has made, you know, improvements to the tuning in response to acceleration. It's smooth, you know, it's unflinching. So basically, when you see an open stretch of road and you put your foot down, what you get is just smooth yet unrelenting acceleration. So now I'm entering a jammed road, and once again I just drove over an expansion joint. Here comes another. The pliancy of the suspension just feels well judged, all right? And well judged, this is a term that I don't use lightly, because you know, nowadays as more and more car makers, okay, granted, in the upper end, in the upper market segment, explore, you know, things like adaptive suspension la, air suspension la, the conventional, you know, metal spring and shock absorber setups, getting increasingly difficult to find one that gives you confidence inspiring handling and yet balances it with a pliant ride that you can live with on a day-to-day basis. And on the evidence of what I've driven with this car, where dynamics are concerned, this new Civic handles well and rides well. Nothing to complain at all. The engine and powertrain is well paired, it responds well, and now when I'm driving it in traffic jams, it is easy enough to modulate. It doesn't feel like a handful. It doesn't feel tiresome to drive. You know, how some cars, you know, slightly more powerful cars, when the throttle response is too sensitive, you know, they can be tiresome to manage in a jam. But here, no, this car is pleasant in a traffic jam. And well, the CVT creeping over in stop-go traffic is good, right? Nice, smooth. Basically a car that you can handle your day-to-day commutes and have a bit of fun at the same time over the weekends. So now I'm just coming out of the NPE toll at Sunway, accelerating out of the gate. Now, of course, this being a CVT, right, it can't escape from its nature. When you accelerate hard, there will be that loud engine sound. But you see, the thing is that the whining noise is not there. And now I'm taking a, that sweeping bend. There is that feeling of that reassuring feeling of the chassis, just leaning on confidently and and giving you the assurance to just keep pushing on. All right, now contrast this with the Mazda 3. Now the Mazda 3 is one of the better tuned cars with a torsion beam rear suspension. The Civic here is independent rear. Now the Mazda 3 is more playful in its character. When you push it hard around the bend, the rear wiggles a bit, and that is by design on Mazda's part. They want to give drivers that fun feeling, almost rear-wheel drive-like characteristics. The Civic here, with independent rear suspension, gives you that more reassuring feel that that the rear faithfully follows the line that you set from the front. And now, as I am picking up speeds that, well, I would rather not disclose, the car still feels reassuringly planted, and I just keep coming back to that word, reassuring, because that's how it feels driving this car. It's not sporty, it doesn't dance around, like a BMW, but it is, yeah, it is confident, inspiring, and it's reassuring. It's like it is communicative. Make no two ways about it. It is communicative. The car is like, the car consistently telegraphs sensations to you, reminding you, reassuring you that, I've got this. The one impression that I get when I drive the Mazda 3 is that you get the feeling Mazda spent a lot of effort to fine-tune every last inch of the car's behavior, of the way the car presents itself, in terms of the sensation it exudes. Because Mazda is one car company that really pays attention to the interaction between the driver and the car. Now you contrast that with the previous gen Civic FC. It feels like Honda ham-fisted its way, with the fine-tuning. It's like the last tenth of a degree of fine-tuning on the Civic FC. Honda didn't, it felt like Honda didn't quite bother with it. But here, with the Civic FE, it now feels like Honda had a good look at the Mazda 3 and just asked themselves, okay guys, how do we beat this thing? How do we, create that same kind of driving sensation that Mazda has managed to do? Now, the philosophy, of course, is slightly different, but the execution means now that the Civic here, okay, has become a proper alternative. All right, now comes as a closer match to what the Mazda 3 has to offer, because previously the Civic was the default choice. In a way, it was the safe choice of the segment. The car had its shortcomings, but everybody knew that you can't go wrong with the Civic. The Mazda 3 was the car that that people looked at and say, I want something slightly different, something slightly more special, a bit more upmarket. And right now, what Honda has achieved with the Civic FE is that this is still the segment's best all-rounder choice, just like the Civics before this. But right now, they have successfully made this car feel significantly more upmarket than before. The gap in perceived quality between this and the Mazda 3 is narrowed very, very significantly, to the point where now the Mazda 3 will find it much more difficult to justify its price premium over the Civic. Alright, so when I first saw the Civic FE, honestly, I was underwhelmed by on pictures, where Honda tried to say it's more upmarket looking, but honestly, seeing it in person, that impression really only comes after you step inside. Alright, what I see here, this is a more restrained, a more matured progression of the ultra aggressive Civic FC's looks. Okay, it is an evolutionary progression somewhat, but you can see Honda took the Civic FC and they straightened the lines a bit. They gave it a more grown-up appeal. Okay, so this car, all right, it still has that dynamism to its look. Okay, see like the narrow slit headlights, the sharp front nose. Okay, but you see they unlike with the Civic FC, they don't overdo the sportiness, they don't overdo the flares, right? It's all very restrained, very sensible kind of design, very understated. Okay, so at first glance it does not look as memorable as the Civic FC. Okay, but they do try to make it upmarket. Now, one upmarket touch here is the touch type keyless entry as opposed to the button. Okay, works just as well, but of course this looks more expensive lah. And of course here the remote, the key fob, you have remote engine start, and the car also has walk away auto door lock. So as you walk away from the car will lock itself, so you don't have to worry if you forget to lock your car. All right, now the back here has looks very Audi inspired. The tail lights actually look rather large, right, relative to the rear cross section of the car, and you get two exhaust pipes either end. All right, I've always wondered, you know what, the thing about the Civic FC is, the funny thing about the Civic FC is, despite its super aggressive design, right, Honda chose to hide the two tailpipes. The Civic FC 1.5 Turbo also has tailpipes on either end, but they covered it. Here in the FE, they opted for a less aggressive design, but they show the tailpipes, and they show it in a restrained fashion. Okay, looks nice. Okay, so open up the boot. Okay, so you've got a nice large boot here underneath, space saver spare with a toolkit. Okay, you've got a split folding rear seat, 60/40. Pull this to release, and you come in. Okay, and pull this down. So surprisingly for a Honda, there is no seamless floor. Okay, there is a step to the floor. This perhaps is this is rather solid, so this, I believe, is a structurally significant bracing, but I think they could have raised it. I mean, given Honda's packaging prowess, given that this level is level here, I don't see why Honda could not have raised the boot floor by that 2 inches, all right, and give it a flat loading floor. All right, the seat materials, nice. Okay, so you have leather mixed with this suede inserts here, armrests with molded cup holders. Right, rear aircon vents with 2 USB ports. Fantastic rear leg room, guys. 170 centimeters tall. Got about 2 fingers of headroom above me, but the seats feel great. Great lean angle. Thigh support could be better. It's a bit shallow. The angle's a bit shallow. Okay, I would have preferred a bit more slant. Okay, to give a better support to my thighs. But it's a minor quibble. Okay, so you've got door pockets here. The door card, alright, so you've got this nice metal door opener here. You've got a little tweeter here, trim insert. This is hard plastic. Okay, but quality is good. Okay, nice. This is a nice textured material here. Good quality to the power window switches too. This is leather. Okay, this is soft also. Well, it would be nice if they had a two-tone design. This would highlight the contrast here, but as is usual, it's just one slab of grey at the door card. Now, the front is where there are a bit more things to see. Okay, so you've got a remote trunk release here. The power window panels, front two doors are automatic. Lock and unlock button here. And so we come inside. Start stop button. Oh, look at that screen. Now the instrument cluster, the speedometer here, this is analog, this is a screen. Okay, and I have to say the appearance, okay, relative of the digital tachometer versus the analog speedometer, quite well balanced. Oh wait, got a customer coming. Let me move the car first. Okay, well, that's what happens when you film at your own shop lah. Sometimes you have to make way for your own customers. A quick plug, guys, if you need your cars washed, you can always bring your cars here to EvoClub Car Wash. We are more than just a car wash. We with every wash, we also check your condition of your engine, your tires, your brakes, your batteries, see if there's anything that you need to keep an eye on for your next service. We also started out our new subscription plan, which allows you to prepay upfront for unlimited washes, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Okay, we also have a very professional pickup and return service. Means that even if you are on a busy day, we can send a trained driver to come collect your car, bring it here, wash, and send it back to you guys. Okay, so if you're interested in our service, do contact us 012-488-0367 for further inquiries. Now, coming back, Civic FE. So you can see here, right, this is a very continental car inspired layout. Okay, so here this rotary knob here controls the screen. Okay, it allows you, okay, to, so you scroll this, okay, or you go to the home screen and you go up and down. Okay, you adjust the then you go and search lah. All right, whatever that you want to do, you can have it blank. Okay, you can customize display. Basically, you can choose what is it that you want to exclude or include inside the display. All right, back and safety support. So here you can choose the road departure mitigation system, or you can activate or deactivate the collision meeting braking system, which is basically the AEB lah. All right, back. Very, actually, amazingly, I think the system is actually quite intuitive, if you ask me. I'm not facing any, I don't find it difficult to navigate this system, right? It's so easy, it's so intuitive. It's this is lovely. All right, navigation, you have a compass design, phone, audio, speed and time. All right, very well thought through. The overall layout, right, I think of this new Civic, right, it's really, this is where I think Honda has done a tremendous job, and we have seen this in the new City, the new HRV. Honda in the recent generation of cars, they have really upped their interior presentation. You see, previously, okay, this is the Mazda 3, this is the Civic FC. With the Civic FE, Honda has brought their interior perceived quality to about here. They have narrowed the gap with Mazda significantly. Where Mazda still has the edge, of course, is that Mazda is still more generous with soft touch plastics. But in terms of fit and finish, Honda is just right there, all right, with the Mazda. And you see, they have also not been stingy in, in touches like this. This really looks and feels awesome. The screen here also brings the Honda up to Mazda's level easily. So you have an integrated infotainment system in the Civic. Okay, where you can adjust display mode. You can go to the trip computer, you can access the trip computer. So when you see a trip computer integration, that's when you know it is an integrated infotainment system. It's not a plug-in unit, right? That, well, mostly you see Toyota still uses plug-in units, but here with the Civic, Honda has advanced the game to a properly integrated infotainment system. And look at this up here. Okay, inside behind here, there's another speaker here. So it's, and you see the material they use here. Okay, look at this, guys. And the way Honda laid out the control also extremely logical. So all the audio system, all the infotainment controls is here, is in this zone. All right, there's a home shortcut, back, volume adjust, scroll, that's it. Aircon controls here. All right, single zone, single zone climate control, but that's fine, that's fine. C segment car, single zone temperature control, it's fine. All right, yeah, and the knobs, good quality, right? Buttons have excellent tactile feel. So down here, all right, the way Honda lays out their interiors, faultless. Okay, 2 USB ports, 12-volt socket, a nicely sized tray here. Okay, check this out, nicely sized tray here. No wireless charger, but that's fine. You got 2 molded cup holders here, and this material here, unlike the piano black finish that is very popular with many cars these days, this textured carbon fiber like trim feels good to the touch. And I believe, you see, I like this far, right? This one does not stain as easily, does not attract dust as much. So here there's a drive mode selection here. So I flick this switch, check this out, guys. So you have sport, normal, economy, and look at the middle, and look at this. It's a proper high-res display on the cluster. It's a proper high-res color screen display. Fantastic. All right, coming back here. All right, so this is a dummy switch. Not sure what this is for. Electronic parking brake, and that's it. So here, this center console box, nicely sized, and you've got this. Wow, what's this? Look at this, guys. So this tray here got this little Easter egg. Honda, the Civic history goes on. Lovely. Right, then you can choose either to lay this here or here, and I think this is perfect for you to, if you want, you can store away your smart tag here. All right, got a Mazda touch and go car. All right, check out the glove box inside here. Okay, nicely sized glove box. So overall, I have to I think the new Civic Honda, oh, one more thing. So a final touch of convenience, the lock and unlock button is available on the passenger side as well. This is lovely. This is a very good touch. You don't get this even in entry-level BMWs, but you get this here in the Civic. Okay, yeah, so all I have to say is that with this new Civic FE, I think the biggest news about the Civic FE is how much better Honda has made the interior. All right, plus how much better they've made this car to drive. This is such a massive improvement over the Civic FC. So previously, the Civic, right, was a safe choice, a no-brainer choice. Right now, if I were to, now you come back to this Civic FE, it is improved so much that it is not even a no-brainer choice. It is a no-compromise choice, right? If I really must nitpick, it's the fact that I'm still not a big fan of CVTs, even though this is a very well-tuned one and well-matched to the engine and the powertrain. But yeah, it's a very minor quibble. There really is nothing I can fault with this car.